Hey everyone, it's Pete DeYoung here with Remax Professionals. Just want to give you another market update. This is for April 2026. And unfortunately for you, it's going to be without Kate this time. So I apologize for that. Kate's on another beach. It's what she does. Here's what's going on. And you know what? It's kind of an interesting market because as we began to talk about last month, there's a pretty big variance between what's happening in the detached market versus what's happening in the condo market. So, overall, you're seeing sales, unit sales down about 6%. New listings are down about 5%. So that's good. Inventory is up about 2%. And months of supply is up like 8%, which sounds really bad. But really, it depends on what market segment you're looking at. And again, if you want the overall numbers, honestly, this is what you're seeing everywhere is these averages, but they're useless. I'll give them to you, but then I'll explain what's really going on. So the benchmark price for residential is down 3.5%. Detached market's down 3%. The semi-detached market is down just nominally. It's actually down about, 0.3% or something like that. Row houses are down about 7%. Row houses would be like townhouses and that kind of thing. And then apartments are down 9%, which isn't good. And like I've been saying for a while, I expect that to continue for a while, only because there's still so much inventory coming on right now. If you drive anywhere around the city, whether you're downtown, east side, north side, west side, south side, there's just condos being built like crazy. And I'm a little concerned about how much inventory we're going to end up with in terms of condos. But, what that means is, if you're a condo seller, it's really bad news. If you're a condo buyer or an investment, there's going to be some opportunities coming is what I'm thinking. So time will tell, but I'm thinking, as the next few months progress, it's not going to get any better. In fact, I'm worried it could get worse, but let's see what happens. Time will tell. Right now, in fact, when you look at condos, especially condos that are 600,000 plus, the absorption rate's only about 15%, where, under that, condos priced less than that is what I mean to say is the absorption rate on those ones is still in the low 20s. It's not good. What I always say is, if we can get an absorption rate of around a third, around 33%, then we've got a pretty balanced market. And right now we're below that with condos in every price range, but especially once you get over to the $600,000 price range. Detached homes, in fact, are quite the opposite. There, we're actually seeing multiple offers in different market segments. And I'll tell you this, like the lower end of the detached market is, it's usually the most resilient to like market corrections and things like that. But right now, the $450,000 to $750,000 price range, we've got an absorption rate of like 50%. So not the 80, 90% we saw a couple of years ago, but 50% is the strong sellers market. And what I find very intriguing is when you look at the market between $1 million and $2 million even, we're at like 45% absorption rate. So that's significantly over the 33%. So we are still seeing multiple offers even in that market segment, which is kind of interesting. So again, opportunities to purchase in the condo market, opportunities to divest of some $1 million properties if you want to do that at this point. The market's really strong right now. And of course, all this stuff is subject to change depending on what happens in the Strait of Hormuz and all the other factors that affect our Calgary economy. So if you want to know what's going on in your market, because every market is unique, if you're looking at a bungalow in Bridgeland, that's going to be quite different than looking at a condo in, whatever, Crescent Heights. So if you want to know what's going on with your immediate market, let me know. I'm happy to send you a full market stats package just for you and just for your particular market. If you want to sit down and talk to me about a plan to get the most for your home, of course, I'm always happy to do that. And of course, I'm always happy to talk to your friends and family too, if you want to refer them to me. Again, apologize for Kate not being here. It's what she does. She takes off. She goes, lives on beaches and soaks up the sun and works on that tan that everyone thinks it's natural. I don't think it is. I think it's all the time she spends on beaches. But Anyways, yeah, with anything to do with real estate in terms of pricing, marketing, different strategies for getting your place sold for the most amount of money and that kind of stuff, talk to me. I've got some pretty unique plans, some pretty unique strategies for getting you more. And I'm always happy to talk to you about them. All right. Thanks so much and have a great day. My phone number where you can call me or text me will be down below. All right. Thank you.